I think medyo mainit na yung oil. Let's try it. Di pa pala. Happy Friday, everyone! And by Friday, I don't mean the actual Friday. I mean that today is going to be an episode where we fry almost anything. I've collected a number of things that I want to try and see if they're going to fry well and if they're going to be delicious. For today, we're going to fry a variety of things. First, we're going to fry mac and cheese balls. Next, we will fry some Spam cubes. Then you will fry some Cloud9 chocolate bars. We also have some flat tops. We have some Shimeji mushrooms. We have some Shitake mushrooms. And we have Vienna sausages. And for today, I will be using the same batter for everything. Di ko sure kung magiging kadiri siya because I will be using the same batter that I used for the Korean fried chicken. So we'll still use the Ottogi fried chicken mix. So if you look here, I think you can buy it from Shopee and some Korean grocery stores. I'll be frying these at, I think, 160 or 180 degrees. Maybe 160 for now, just so that di naman natin siya masunog agad. I will start with mushrooms. I love mushrooms. So, hindi ko sure if they will turn out really delicious. Pero, it's worth a try, diba? So, first, I'll be coating it in my wet batter. Then, I'll be dumping them in my dry batter. Ooh, super hot. That's what I want. The thing is, with mushrooms, they tend to float. So, bantayan niyo siyang mabuti. You may have to flip this eventually just to make sure that everything is cooked thoroughly. Yung peg ko is yung mushrooms dun sa K-Bag Kananan. Pero yun nga, I can't get portobello mushrooms. So, these will have to do. So, hindi ko sure if the shiitake will be better than the Shimeji mushroom. So, tatry natin sila pareho. Look at that! It looks delicious. Pero honestly, I'm a bit scared. Parang sasabog siya or whatever. I don't know what's happening. So for the Spam cubes, I just cubed a bunch of Spam. So instead of Spam fries, meron tayong Spam cubes. And I just figured that the surface area ng cube would be better than the fries.
Sunog, kuya.
Oo nga eh.
Nangyari?
Nasunog ko yata yung mantika.
Sobrang lakas na apoy mo.
Ooh, super hot. That's what I want.
That's what I want.
I had to take a break earlier because masyado talaga palang mainit yung kalan ko. So yung oil, medyo nasunog siya. And as you saw earlier, super smoky na. So I had to stop. So now I prepared everything. So I've coated almost everything that I'm going to fry para super ready na siya. Then I replaced the oil with a fresher one para hindi maglasang sunog yung mga i-fry natin. So, once the oil is hot, just hot enough, tutuloy na ulit natin yung pag-fry. So, learn from my mistake. So, what I learned earlier is, dapat talaga ready na yung everything, like coated na siya, para hindi ka natataranta. Kasi, I think the longer you wait, the more that whatever is cooking burns. So, just prepare everything ahead. Dapat super ready na talaga sila. Now I'm cooking the Vienna sausages. So, usually, diba, yung Vienna sausage, they're actually ready to eat. Sometimes you just microwave them, or air fry them, or just pan fry them. Pero this time I want to coat them just to see if mas masarap siya. Like, maybe it would be crispier or whatever. So I think we're good with the sausages. They look super crispy na. And mainly, we're only frying everything so that everything is crispy. So, I also fried some more mushrooms. Kasi, while panicking earlier, I've tried several of the mushrooms. So, nabawasan na. Okay, so now is the more exciting item. So I will fry the mac and cheese. For the mac and cheese, they're pretty standard actually. If you remember from last week, I think for the Korean video, I prepared a cheese sauce. So because of the volume of cheese that I made, madami pala masyado, I had some leftover cheese sauce. So I just prepared some instant mac and cheese. Pero to upgrade it, I added the cheese sauce that I made last week. And that made a lot of difference. Sobrang mas masarap siya. Tapos, I just put it in the fridge, let it set. Tapos I formed them into balls. So feeling ko super yummy nito. Okay, so before siya sumabog, iaahon ko na siya sa oil. I think we're good with these. Okay, that one I think could use a minute. So we're done with the savory items. Now we're going to fry the sweet one. So ipa-fry ko na yung candy bar. Actually, to be honest, I'm really scared. I have a feeling that this will be an epic fail, like super fail. So I'll just really keep my eye on these. So hopefully it doesn't explode and make a mess. Pero so far, I haven't failed yet. Okay. Okay, so I think I failed. Medyo kumakalat na yata yung chocolate sa oil. So I think medyo it's going to be a mess. Okay, so I think these are done. Crispy naman na siya. Let's rescue it from my failed attempt. So here's everything that I managed to fry. So it wasn't perfect, pero I'm kind of proud of myself now because it wasn't an easy feat. So now it's time for us to try. Okay, so let's try everything. So I have with me the fried spam. It's so juicy. Notice how juicy it is? I don't think you would get the same amount of juiciness if you did it as fries or you slice it really thinly. So I really like this. Tastes very sinful though. Next we have the Shimeji mushrooms. Let's taste it. Did you hear the crunch? As expected, the flavor is very neutral. Like, on its own, the mushroom doesn't really taste like anything. So, yung nagdadala dito is yung dip. So, my dip is like a garlic mayo. I love the Shimeji mushrooms. Now, let's try the Shitake mushrooms. I know that the Shitake mushrooms would taste different kasi sa pag-open mo pa lang ng package of the Shitake mushrooms, it smells kind of like beer, very yeasty. So I know that it would affect the flavor. However, I'm expecting a very umami taste kasi nga the smell itself is really strong. So I hope the taste would also be really good. So juicy. Compared to the Shimeji mushrooms, the Shitake mushrooms has more bounce, it's more meaty. Pero I think it may be an acquired taste. Because I mentioned that it may taste more yeasty than the Shimeji mushrooms. Kasi yung Shimeji mushrooms is very plain. But gosh, these are really good. Really addicting. So if you're in a plant-based diet and you're looking for something like super meaty and crunchy, I suggest the Shitake mushrooms. Now let's try the Vienna sausage. So diba yung Vienna sausage usually you just reheat it in the microwave or you just pan fry it. Let's see if deep frying it is worth it. I love the crunch. But honestly, it didn't do much dun sa juiciness niya. The taste is still the same. Is it worth all the effort of deep frying it? No. So for the sausages, not perfection. Still really good though. Now let's try the mac and cheese. I won't be dipping it in the garlic mayo because I don't think it would be really good. But look how cheesy that is. Looks so good. On its own, I love mac and cheese, but I think this will be a whole nother level. Did you hear the crunch? I love it so much better. Usually, medyo nakakaumay yung mac and cheese. But because there's a crunchy and crusty exterior, it's more fun. My method is different from the usual method. So, the usual method is coated in panko breadcrumbs. Pero, since we're just using the Ottogi breading mix, I figured why not, diba? For the mac and cheese, it's perfection. You should try doing this using the Ottogi breading mix. It really goes well together. Now let's try the Cloud9 chocolate bar. So as you can see, medyo nagmelt na siya. I don't know if it will go well with the chicken breading mix kasi it's savory and then sweet. But I figured since sweet and savory go really well together, maybe masarap siya, diba? So let's try. Love the crunch. I can hardly taste the savoriness of the breading mix. So I think it goes well with the chicken breading mix, surprisingly. Not really a fan of Cloud9 because I'm not really a fan of nuts or nougat and chocolate. But this is really good. Love the crunch. Love the melty interior. This is worth it. So if you're willing to try something, just try the fried Cloud9. Also, it's more economical because a bar of Cloud9 is just 10 pesos. Whereas a bar of Snickers would cost you like 40 or 50 bucks. So this is really cheap and really good. Fried Cloud9. So that's my happy Friday for everyone. If you like this video, please make sure to like it and subscribe to my channel. As usual, the ingredients to these recipes could be found in the description box below. Please follow me on all my socials, Instagram at totallyalvin, TikTok at totallyalvin, and facebook.com/totallyalvin. Thank you for joining me. See you again next week. Bye!
I see you scheming at me, boy, you gotta play.